Good evening, guys. So, this is a little bit unusual to be joining the live coverage after missing qualifying and race one. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a technical issue tonight. YouTube was being extremely weird in the fact that I was live for the entire qualifying session, but none of you guys could see us live. So it took me the whole of the last 20 minutes of race one to rectify it. So apologies for that. You missed an unbelievable qualifying session, and you missed a fairly chaotic race one. There was lots of incidents and some very good racing out there. Well, some good and some bad racing. But nonetheless, I'm live now, and you've got 40 minutes of FRL action for Sprint Sunday. And hopefully, you're going to get an exciting 40-minute race. And from looking at that weather forecast, I think you're going to be in for a treat. We've got a dry start with 10 to 30 minutes of light rain. So, yeah, I'm all a little bit out of sync and going live halfway through. So yeah, apologies again, but 40 minutes of action coming up, and we're about just under 2 minutes away from the start of the formation lap. And just to, I'll say just to remind you, talking like you guys already know, but the qualifying session, let's just go back through the qualifying standings that you missed earlier. So Buzzoff took pole position with a 2 minute 18.3. Multiple then second and third. Rui 4th, Rapid Duck 5th, Friedman 6th, and Pluto, TKR Pluto was 7th. So I won't go through every single one, I'm just conscious of time, but that is your qualifying standings. And then in race one, Buzzoff took the win with Mog 2nd and Friedman 6th. So the Smoking Frenchman took a third place podium, qualifying 6th, moving up to 3rd. So a cracking result for Wilt. Morex 4th, Rapid Duck 5th, so that was the top 5 from the race one. There was quite a number of DNFs though. There was quite a significant crash on lap 1 at Eau Rouge. I think TKR was the big TKR Pluto, I think, was the big loser out of that, but he actually recovered to 16th. So, where are we? Yep, we're about 40 seconds away from the formation lap of race 2. So, yeah, hope you all had a good weekend, and yeah, if you are joining us live, please do whack the like button. If you're watching back, again, whack the like button, whack subscribe, and hopefully next week, or the following broadcast from FRL, you'll actually get a broadcast that works from the start. So apologies for missing it. I was having a bit of an issue with YouTube, just for some reason I was live for the entirety of the qualifying session, and it was an amazing qualifying session. Yeah. Did not work. So it started raining. We've got light rain. And the question is, what tyre choice have the drivers took? Have they gone wet or have they gone dry? I've got 40 minutes of racing, so the weather could get heavier or it could go dry. We don't know. So, I was going through the championship standings earlier as well when no one can hear me. So, both drivers in the Pro and Am split have pretty much got two hands on their respective titles. Wolfka leads the Pro and Anderson leads the Am. And it's going to take quite a horrendous two races for those two drivers to lose the championship now, I would say. However, there are still places up for grabs throughout the championship standings. So Buzov is just leading them around halfway through the lap. It's quite a long formation lap given the length of Spa. And unfortunately, J Sarge in the number 7 BMW is in the pits, so whether he did not get on the grid in time or had a bug, fortunately he's going to miss or going to start from the pit lane. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here with these changeable conditions. I think we're in for a few surprises, and I think some of the drivers, to be fair, I think a lot of the drivers have been practicing for wet. There was a 95% chance of rain, and we had a dry quali and a dry race one, which I think was quite surprising. But the weatherman has come through for race 2. We have got rain, so it just depends if it's here to stay or if it's going to change. I don't think that's Spa. You just never know. So unfortunately I can't bring you the Helicam either, as the latest patch on ACC PlayStation 5 has bugged the keyboard support, so we can't bring you Helicam, which I normally like to bring for the start of the race, as you get a nice lovely shot of all the cars from above. You see a nice clear start. However, it's not available on, since the latest patch. It seems to have bugged the keyboard support, so yet again ACC, the developers, releasing patches and fixing something out and breaking another thing at the same time. So drivers are coming around. Now the green flag is not on this straight. They have to turn the very tight turn 1 hairpin, and then down the hill the flag will then drop and the drivers will be racing here for race 2 at Spa, round line, PlayStation 5, Formula Racing League, PureSimGear Super Sprint Sunday. Managed to get that one out. So 40 minutes of racing. Here we go. We're about to go green as the field just makes its way round. Hopefully the camera sorts itself out and we get a nice view of the start. In fact, I'm just going to stay like that. That'll be a better view. And we are green. So Buzov leads. He's got Moggs to the inside, but who's going to be the first one in through at Rouge? So Moggs backs out wisely. So Buzov gets a lovely clean start. We just have a quick flick through the rest of the field to see it's all fairly conservative and clean so far, which is what we want to see. Jack is currently being swallowed up by Intoxicated and the Slayer on the left hand side. Let's just go back to the telemetry to see what's going on. So Buzov is leading the race. Rui's lost a lot of places, and let's just wait for the UI just to do its thing and update. It's currently having a fit. So Buzov leads. Let's just change you these camera angles. There we go. Get the old TV camera going for you guys. So Buzov leads. We've got Moggs second, Morex third, Rui fourth, Rapid Duck fifth, Friedman sixth, TKR Pluto seventh. He has a better race start. Managed to make it through turn 2 this time. Stereotypy 8th, Wolfka 9th, Chavez 10th, McCutcheon 11th, Brooker 12th, Anderson 13th, Canesa 14th, Naisbit 15th, Cletus 16th. It could have been Cletus actually who had the incident of that one, not TKR. Plutos, we've got a car spinning. Who is that? Was that Shadow Dancer? No. Was it Friedman? No, it's the car number 87. It's the Slayer. Slayer is around. He got touched by someone. I don't know by who. And that's J Sarge back of the grid who started from the pit lane. Let's just focus on the front runners for now. Then we'll just wait for the rest of the pack just to kind of sort itself out. But that was a lot better start than what we had in race one. Race one, I must admit, was below standards. There was a numerous silly contacts from a number of drivers. We had like 4 or 5 cars got damaged at the end of that one in race one. So this is a lot better start, a lot more cleaner from everyone. Which we want to see is we've got Liam Knott. Liam Knott is out of the race. I think we've just seen the number 16 just spin round, and Liam Knott is in the pit lane. And we've got cars, I think from another incident actually, I was just saying how much cleaner it is, and then there we have yellow flags. But anyway, that's over. Buzzoff leads, Moggs is second, Moritz is third. We've got Friedman, now we've got numerous cars there, so is that Friedman who's had a little bit of contact potentially at the chicane. Friedman, who was running 4th, is not no more, or is he? He is still 4th. We've got Rapid W, the green BMW in the background, who looked like he would make contact with Friedman there. He's now side by side with TKR Pluto. TKR Pluto tucks in behind, can't get my words out. Then we've got the 333 of the Aston Martin in there as well. And they're going through Rouge. We've got Wolfgang, who's got in front of Stereotypy. So all this is happening, and Buzzoff and Moggs are just slightly pulling away, and we've got, I think everyone else has made it through Rouge fairly cleanly. So let's just confirm, we've got Liam Knott and the Slayer both out, and then we've got J Sarge 11 seconds off the pace, and we've got car 911 coming into the pit lane, which, who is 911? It's Rui. So Rui is in the pits as Wolfgang has a look down the inside of TKR Pluto, and I thought that just for the moment them two are going to touch, and they're very close. This is extremely tight racing, the battle for 5th and 6th place here. So we are currently on board with the championship leader from the Pro class, which is Wolfgang, and just behind I think we've got McCutcheon, who's gone ahead of Stereotypy. Daniel McCutcheon. Yeah, and he's now side by side with Stereotypy actually, so this is the battle for AM-class lead. Who's going to take the first battle of this 40-minute race, and it's going to go to McCutcheon. Oh, but Stereotypy's come back out on the outside, he's now got the inside, they make contact. Stereotypy I think just loses traction, but manages to keep it on the track. I think that was just fair racing, to be fair. I don't think that was any bad contact. I think that was just fair racing. But McCutcheon has got ahead, but he's struggling now because Stereotypy is all over the back of him. They've got to be careful because Brooker and Naisbitt, these guys, Naisbitt, Brooker and McCutcheon, all from the same racing group of Turn 1 Sim Racing. They're all going to be on party chat together, probably giving each other a little bit of stick, with each other holding each other up, battling away. So, Naisbitt has lost it. Naisbitt has lost it on Blanchimont, at the exit of Blanchimont. He's managed to somehow keep it out of the wall as Canesa goes past, and actually he's side by side, but Canesa's got the inside. Canesa goes over the curbs there. So Canesa goes through. Brooker and McCutcheon are still fighting there. We've got TKR Pluto's in the pits. Not sure what's happened to Pluto. Pluto was running quite high up the field, so not sure what has happened there with Pluto. But we've been watching the battle for 7th, 8th and 9th. A cracking little battle that was between Stereotypy, McCutcheon and Brooker. Let's have a look at Friedman, because Friedman is currently just 4 tenths off Moritz. Hang on, let's go back to Canesa for a second, because it looks like we've got 3 cars wide going into Rouge. It's not going to end well. They go single file, which is very wise of them. You did not want to be going 3 wide. And have we got a car wide at the top of Rouge there? It looked like we did. So these guys are making my life very difficult trying to keep up with the action here. So we're on board with Canesa. We've got TKR, we've got Naisbitt, who we saw spinning on the exit of Blanchimont. He's now down into 14th, tucked in behind his Turn 1 Sim Racing teammate Anderson. And in fact, he's up the inside of Anderson there. As we see Rogers go up the inside of Naisbitt. They're now going to go side by side down into the heavy braking zone of the right-hander, and I think Rogers got the inside lane. Naisbitt's got leaving space. He just about leaving space, and Rogers goes through. So Rogers is up to 14th. We really do have some absolutely amazing racing going on here for the middle of a pack. Naisbitt is just struggling for grip and pace out there at the moment. So here's Moritz. He's currently got the purple lap, purple quickest lap of the race, but the front two have already checked out. I say checked out, but Buzzoff has made a mistake, and Moggs is all over the back of him. They both go wide. I think Moggs is going to take the lead here. we joined on board just at the perfect time. I think Buzzoff is struggling. Buzzoff has gone wide. He must have hit the wall somewhere because he's carrying damage on the front of that Audi. But Moggs in the Ferrari, which is a very strong car around Spa, goes through to take the lead of this race with the first 8 minutes of this race coming to a close. Let's just go on board with Rapid Duck and Woofka, because Rapid Duck is currently occupying third spot. He has got Woofka 4 tenths behind him. And we've got Stereotypic and McCutcheon, who's having an absolutely cracking race in P6 for Daniel McCutcheon. Daniel McCutcheon, shall I say? Probably doesn't like me calling him Daniel. He's still battling away with Stereotypic. We've not seen this pace from Danny, Danny, for a few weeks. I mean, he's certainly showing it tonight. We've got Jay Brooker up in 7th as well. So this is the battle for AM class. We've got a fantastic... Oh, Buzzoff has boxed. Sorry, just cut myself off there. Buzzoff has boxed. So you're obviously carrying too much damage. So the winner from race 1 is in the pits. That's going to move Rapid Duck up to 2nd, Woofka up to 3rd. So yeah, just going back to the AM class battle. This is the battle for AM class lead. Stereotypic currently winning that. But as I was saying a few minutes ago, McCutcheon is right out on the back of him. Brooker follows him, and then Will Friedman, who finished on the podium in race 1, is down to 8. And oh, have we got what's going on there? I think we've got an accident. I think that's Cletus is off. It looked like Canesa was sent into the shadow round there, but I think that was just a bit of lag. But Cletus is off. We've got another car off as well. Who's that up ahead? We've got a BMW off. I'm just trying to make sense of who that is. It's number 23. It's Clark. Clark is off. He's on the side of the track, and he's back in the pit lane. So I'm not sure what happened there. A little bit of server lag or something, but oh, it's all going on here. Tell you what, this is it's making me very thirsty. This is all this action. I can't keep up with it. I'm just going to take a quick sip of my Heineken. So, let's just look at this 4-way battle here for 5th place. This is an absolute cracking battle here between all these guys. We've got Friedman as well. Morex has joined. Morex has joined the battle now, so he's now on the back of Friedman. So we've got 5 cars. This is the battle for P4, guys. Stereotypy, McCutcheon, Brooker, Friedman and Morex all battling away. Got light rain, it's a greasy track. Light rain is here to stay for the next 30 minutes, so this could be the race. I don't think it's going to get any heavier. So, is anyone going to make a move in the braking zone of the chicane? Morex has a look to the outside. I think Friedman's gone to the inside of Brooker. Friedman goes through. So that's Friedman through past Brooker. Brooker's now got to watch out for Morex in the pink AMG Mercedes. Now, can McCutcheon get a good exit out of turn 1 and get on the back of that Aston Martin through a Rouge onto the Kemmel Straight? But they've got to watch out for the pro driver of Friedman, who's in the mix of this AM battle. So we've got Cletus there in the Audi, just pulling out of the way of the racing line for these guys, which is very good driving from him. There is Cletus. He's got to watch out for Rogers though, because Rogers is now having a look at the inside, I think. He is. This is Rogers and Cletus battle for 13th place. Rogers is on the inside. He's now on the outside of the neck of a left-hander. He'll then quickly find himself back on the inside for the right-hander again. And Rogers is through. So it's good battling between Rogers and Cletus there. 41 reserve driver tonight. The battle for 4th is still raging on. It's well and truly underway. Catching up to 5th. He must be getting very nervous in his cockpit all the way up in Scotland. I can imagine him now sat there and he's in his very questionable shirt. If anyone you saw his picture the other day on the Discord chat, you'll know what I mean. He'll be sitting there under pressure. He's got Friedman behind him, and Brook is under pressure from Morex in the background. Let's have a look at that. They go side by side. So Morex is on the outside. Brook is leaving a little bit of space, almost loses it on the traction. But Morex goes through, so that's Morex up to 7th. And Brook is just struggling for pace, struggling for grip a little bit in these conditions. That's now 2 places he's lost. Let's just have a quick eye on McCutcheon, because I think he's gone past Stereotypy. He has through Blanchimont. Stereotypy's gone wide, but Friedman is coming through. Friedman's got 2 cars in the space of 1 corner. Will Friedman goes flying through, and he moves up to 4th place. Cracking driving. McCutcheon and Stereotypy now again side by side heading into turn 1 hairpin. McCutcheon's got the inside. Stereotypy will be looking for the better exit to follow him through in Rouge. The battle for M-Class lead. They're going to be side by side. Please don't go through side by side through Rouge, guys, please. Stereotypy goes behind him. Oh, I'm almost bracing myself, waiting for contact. Oh, Stereotypy goes a little bit wide. Is he going to keep it out of the barrier? He does. Go on, Danny, son. You're bringing us fantastic entertainment here. P5, M-Class lead. I wish you all the luck for the next 26 minutes. So, Morex is now, who got dispatched Brooker, is now hot on the heels of BRG Stereotypy. And this will be a lovely sight for Danny McCutcheon, because you want to see these two battling away, losing time. Let's just focus our attention elsewhere to see what's happening towards the back of the grid. So, just to confirm, we've got Liam not retired, TKR Pluto is retired, MPL is running 25th, he's out on track. We've got Clark running 24th, he's also out on track, but a long way behind. Jackie Van Eck is not having a great race either. 23rd for him, 28 seconds off. Then we've got the Slayer in 22nd. I think that's off on that one. So back of the grid, and Rui retired. Buzzoff, who was pole position and race 1 winner, is running a very lonely race now, all the way down in 20th. And our very own Chris Gedman in 19th, but that BMW looks like it's got a couple of scratches. And we have Infoxicated, who was running the Lamborghini but now in the McLaren, changed his car for tonight's race. So that's the back of the grid. Moggs has pretty much checked out for this race. He's gone self-checkout and he's just doing the shopping on his own. He's got a very healthy lead to Wolfgang. He's just got to bring that car home. Wolfgang P2, Rapid Duck 3rd. Rapid Duck, who I must say will be representing Formula Racing League next Saturday night in a team event on ISR. We have 30 drivers, 6 teams going against each other, and Rapid Duck will be representing FRL, so we hope he does well here at Spa next weekend for us. He's currently running 3rd. Friedman is 4th, and Morex. Oh, so let's just have a look right here. So we've just missed this action. I looked away for half a lap, and look what's happened. Morex has gone through 2 cars. So McCutcheon, who was winning this battle, has now lost 2 positions down to 7th. The commentator curse strikes again. I wished him all the luck, and he's lost 2 positions. Maybe I should have shut up. But anyway, McCutcheon is not giving it up now. He's going to go to the inside of Stereotypy. Come on, cameraman, keep up. Here we go. What's going to happen here, guys? Who's going to be the last on the brakes? Latest on the brakes. McCutcheon is fairly sensible and just is quite conservative there. Let those 2 guys go through. And Stereotypy really is having an action-packed race here with these guys. Oh, he always loses the Aston Martin. A little bit of Tokyo drifting going on there. As I think Moggs has had an incident. Moggs has had an incident at Pouhon. The Ferrari yellow flags are out at Pouhon, and that is because Moggs was off. How much damage has he got? There's Wolfgang, so he's not lost the lead, but that gap, which was 13 seconds, is going to come right down. So McCutcheon and Stereotypy still battling away for this M-Class victory tonight. Brooker is following them though, and this is currently your top three in M-Class. 6th, 7th and 8th overall. And we've got Cletus, who is running 10th, but he's had a moment, I think, through Pool 1 as well. Naisbit, who is recovering from knee surgery, he's not running at 100%, but he's doing a good job so far. He occupies 10th place. Given the fact that he's not 100% fighting fit yet, in terms of physically, 10th position is very good thus far. Can't keep my eyes on this battle though. I don't want to miss a Scottish masterclass from McCutcheon if he can take this M-Class lead. J Sarge and Anderson are battling into turn 1. J Sarge has got the inside. Anderson's going to let him have it, but can he get a better exit? But Anderson's got to watch out for Rogers, because Rogers could also be right on the heels of Anderson. He is. So we've got J Sarge through. Is that Naisbit? Yeah, it is. That's Naisbit. So Naisbit has had a moment. They're side by side through Rouge. Oh my God, Anderson is turn 1 teammate. So we've got J Sarge ahead of these guys. We've got Rogers, who's kind of got a bit of a moving roadblock between the two turn 1 sim racing group drivers. We've got a car off there. That car number 87. That's a Slayer. So the Slayer is off at the side of the track. Yellow flag's out there on the Kemmel Straight. McCutcheon and Stereotypy still battling away. Brooker, Canesa, Sarge, Naisbit, Anderson, Rogers, Davidson now, Chavez, Shadalancer. There is battles all over the track here. It's just impossible for me to try and keep up with this. Let's just join on board as we think we see Jack Davison in the background there, going through Pool 1 side by side with Chavez. Chavez with the inside, I think he's got that position. So yeah, Chavez moves up to 14th position. That's Jack Davison, who's struggling. He's now under pressure from Shadow Lancer. He's also got Cletus behind him, the two BMW drivers. Let's just see how close McCutcheon is into the bus stop chicane. Is he close enough to make a move? He isn't this lap. He's just got to tuck him behind. He's just got to stay with that Aston through sector 1. Follow him, and you've got to be close enough on the Kemmel Straight. So we're halfway through the race. I just want to quickly join on board with Anderson, who's now fighting with Naisbit. So Naisbit is just falling further back through the field. So I think that is Anderson through. Ollie Matt, good to have you with us. So Anderson's made a mistake. He's gone wide at the bus stop chicane. So Naisbit, is he boxing? Yep, Naisbit is boxing. So not sure what's happened there for Daniel Naisbit. Turn 1 now, Cletus, Chavez, Shadow Lancer, Jack Davison, all battling away. This is the battle for 13th position. So Cletus is now side by side with the Porsche of Jack Davidson. Through Rouge they go. Cracking sight of GT3 cars flying through there. Shadow Lancer now, he's going to have a very good position on, I think that is Jack Davison. Here it is. The UI on the left hand side is not quite up to date yet. It is now. So Jack Davison now running 15th. Shadow Lancer, who we're watching now, in 16th. He's on the back of Jack Davison, the number 30 Porsche. So the lead, Moggs is still leading. He had a moment a few laps ago at Pool 1. That lead, that was 12 seconds, it's now down to 8, but I think he's got the pace in the bag to fend off the challenge of Buska. Friedman, who got third in race 1, is now yet again running third in race 2, so Friedman having a cracking night at Spa so far. Rapid Duck is running 4th, Morex is 5th, Stereotype is 6th, winning the AM class battle so far, but he's had McCutcheon on his heels all race. And there's 17 minutes to go, and this battle for AM class lead is far from over. As we see Stereotype go very wide through Blanchimont. And we've got Rapid Duck. That is Rapid Duck off at the bus stop chicane. He's having to get on the brakes to let the cars go past. So Rapid Duck, he was running third at one point, and he's got his boxing. Rapid Duck is boxing. And Daniel Naisbitt, stop-go penalty of, oh, dearie me. It's been a night to forget for Naisbitt. As we see Shadow Lancer and Chavez battling away for 15th position. I think Shadow Lancer's got the inside of turn 1. But Chavez has got the better drive out of the corner. And will hold on to that 14th place. Let's just have a look at Infoxicated behind, because he's hunting down. Who has he got in front of him then? Who's that? That is not a car for position. Trying to work out who that is. Is it Clark? It's Clark. It's number 23 of Clark, who's running 21st but out of position. Let's just jump back on board with McCutcheon yet again, because look how close he is now to Stereotype. Oh, McCutcheon is bit of Tokyo Drift action there. Looked like he was. Oh, he is. I wasn't sure if that was lag or if that was actually Tokyo Drift. That was Tokyo Drift. That's going to lose him some time there. And then Will Friedman, who just pace is just the race is really coming to Will. He's now reeling in Woofka for P2 with a gap of only a second now. So Woofka could be struggling on the tyres. Let's not forget, you know, it's a greasy track, it's light rain, the drivers may have not got the tyre pressures for these conditions. So some drivers could be really overheating the tyres, some could be really under pressure. You know, the tyre temps could be really low if they're running dry tyres. So that's the one thing we don't know as to what tyre people are running. I'd imagine most are on dries. But Friedman really is looking quick right now. He's hunting down Woofka. So Chavez, he's got Clark, the back marker behind him. Olimac, wet tyres, need to open ducts and lower pressure. With the dry tyres, it's the opposite. Yeah, completely that, mate. It certainly is tricky conditions, really. It's always hard to manage the temperatures and the PSIs in these. So, 14 minutes remaining, and the drivers are just starting to get a little bit spaced out, but there's plenty of battles going on. This is one of them, the battle for second place, with Friedman really hunting down Woofka. Let's see if we can go on board with Will Friedman. You have to bear with me because the new update has really messed with the ability to select which driver you want to come on board with, so I have to quickly flick through the drivers to get to who I want to. Here he is. On board with Will Friedman. Battle for second place. Wolfgang very slow through, heading up to the bus stop chicane. Friedman, is he going to make a move down the inside? He is. He just looks so much more confident in these conditions compared to Wolfgang. Friedman moves up to second place. The traction of that Mercedes is much better. So we joined just on board at the right time there to see him overtake from Will Friedman, and that's him up to second place. Mesa, P8. Let's jump on board with Anderson because he's under significant pressure from Jack Davison now. The battle for 12th place is heating up. So we've got Anderson in 12th, Jack Davison 13th, and Shudder Lancer 14th. Oh, Shudder Lancer has a little nosy up the inside. Anderson's gone a little bit deep again. That's not the first time he's gone deep into the bus stop. Has he lost out? I can't work out where he is with the camera. Oh, he's not lost out, but he's going to have Jack Davison now on the inside. Shudder Lancer is there as well. Going to have 3 cars heading into turn 1. Who's going to come out? The victor here is Jack Davison on the inside. Anderson almost pushing him around the corner. So Davison moves up to P12, but he's going to have the Mercedes right on his rear spoiler through Rouge now, heading through to the Kemmel Straight. Oh, that was so close. Great camera angle. And we've got a Shudder Lancer as well. Flying through there. Carrying much more speed. We're going to have a battle, 3-way battle. We've got Chavez and Infoxicate, I think, in the background. Really good racing though. It's good to see good racing. You know, race 1 was a bit iffy with some of the quality of driving going on, but race 2 has seen much better driving from everyone throughout the grid, which is what we want to see at FRL. We want to see clean, hard racing, which 8 times out of 10 we do get. So, a group of cars here, all battling away. This is all for 12th position, and this is how competitive it can be on a Sunday night. On board with Chavez, as Shudder Lancer goes a little bit wide through Coulomb. Right, on board with McCutcheon again. He's been a very popular boy tonight on the live stream, but you can't blame me because the battle with him and Stereotypy has been blockbuster, and I think we're in for a blockbuster finish hopefully with 9 minutes to go. They're very close now. This is the battle for AM-Class lead. Don't think that McLaren's got a straight line speed compared to the Aston Martin. Let's just have a quick look at the guys who are battling away for 13th, and he's now got, who's that? Is that Infoxicated? It is. So Infoxicated moves ahead of Anderson. I think Anderson's made a mistake somewhere, because he's gone from 30. Oh, we've got a spinner! I think that's Infoxicated. It is Infoxicated, the 508 McLaren AM driver, one of the reserve drivers in tonight. He's off at Rouge. I'm not sure if there was contact there between him and Anderson. Don't think there was. I forgot Shudder Lancer and Chavez. These guys have been having a great battle. Chavez from Colombia. And look at this, Danny McCutcheon has moved ahead of Stereotypy and into the AM Clash lead, P5 overall. Come on Danny, 8 minutes to go. Your commentator's favourite tonight. Bring it home, son. Jan Zukovic's Rapid Duck. Wet tyres didn't work, it was only a dry race. We won wet tyres, Rapid. Blimey. I did wonder why you boxed. Hopefully better luck next week in the team event representing FRL. It's going to be a dry race, thankfully. Dry race next week. Oh, has Danny lost it on the exit of turn 1 a little bit? He has. Where's that going to put him compared to Stereotypy? So this is going to be very close now. Through Rouge, up through the Kemmel Straight. Stereotypy is going to put him on the pressure. Danny's got to defend the inside line, I think. Stereotypy's not quite close enough to make a move in the Aston Martin. You're racing next week, aren't you, in the ISR team event, Olimac, I believe? I think, are you driving for ISR, if I remember correctly? So let's just see what's happening towards the back of the grid. Just to confirm, so we've got Liam not out, Rui's out, Naisbitt's out, Rapid Duck is out, and Tao is the last driver on track running, so he's 21st. We've had a couple of people disconnecting the server as well. Jackie's 20th, Clark 19th, Gedman 18th. Bezoff, who was... Oh, who's that off there? Is that Jackie? It is, Jackie Van Eyck from the Netherlands. And having a little bit of an issue. There we go, Stereotypy's made an error. Stereotypy has made an error and J Sarge has gone through into P6. Or has he? They're side by side into turn 1. So that is Sarge up into second place, sorry, up into 6th place, second place in class. And he's got McCutcheon 2 seconds up the road. Oh, Stereotypy almost loses it again. He really is struggling now. And Aston Martin looks like it's on skates out there. And McCutcheon is just over 3.5 minutes away from the first AM Class victory of the season. This would be a cracking result for him. And let's just not forget as well, P5 overall. That gap in front to Moggs has just come down a little bit, 7.3 seconds, but I think Friedman is slowly catching him, but there's not a lot of time remaining, so I think it's going to have to take a mistake from Moggs for Friedman to take the victory here. got Chris Gedman up ahead, I think. There's a back marker, it is Chris Gedman in BMW, running 18th. Gedman just upshifts early to let Moggs through. There's your race leader, a couple of laps remaining. Oh no, we've missed. McCutcheon has lost out to J Sarge. He must have made a mistake somewhere. So Sarge moves up to 5th overall. Oh no. That is not the result I wanted to see. I wanted to see Danny take the M-Class win. But fair play to Sarge. He's come through the field a little bit. He's dispatched a few drives and a few overtakes during the 40 minutes and he's took advantage. And he is leading the M-Class as we speak. And in fact, he's not that far behind Morex running P4. Quick look at Shadow Lancer and Chavez. I'm going to say it, I always say it every week, these two have been like a hot tin today, all race. Shadow Lancer and Chavez have been battling away for the last 38 minutes. And they still find themselves side by side on the track. And I think Chavez may have the better drive out of turn 1, he does, so Chavez moves up to 13th position. Shadow Lancer has now got to watch out for Anderson, running 15th. So Morex is really struggling now. Is he running out of fuel potentially? Is he having to fuel save? Because Sarge has really closed that gap to him. This is the battle for 4th place. Morex is either carrying damage, or his tyres are completely gone, or he's having to fuel save. It's one of those three. So, as the race engineer just says, leader on the final lap. I think Morex is running out of fuel. I think he's fuel saving. So Sarge moves up to 4th place. But Morex is not giving it up now. He's still hanging on there ever so slightly. As they go into the bus stop chicane, he's not close enough to make a move. And Cletus, who is fighting his way back, is battling away with Jay Brooker. In fact, I think he's got ahead of Jay Brooker, he has. So Cletus moves up to P9, Jay Brooker falls down to 10th, with Rogers and Jack Davison behind him. So that's Cletus, one of the reserve drivers in tonight. Having a good debut with FRL, goes up to P9. And here is our race leader on the final lap. I'm not giving him much airtime tonight, that's because he's been in a league of his own, Moggs. He's just bringing that car home, gap down to 6.4. The gap was 12 seconds at one point, but he had a bit of an episode. At Pouhon, came down to about 9 seconds, and it's been slowly coming down since then, but I think he's just nursing the car home, not wanting to make a mistake. He's on for a race win. Let's just quickly jump on board with Rogers, because Rogers is now challenging Jay Brooker for the top 10 position. Brooker is struggling, he's lost out to Cletus, and now he's potentially going to lose out to Rogers. Oh yeah, and Brooker's gone wide and Rogers goes through. So that is a top 10 position, 10th place overall for Rogers. Let's quickly join our race leader as he crosses the start finish line. That is Moggs. your race winner on the PureSimGear feature race tonight. Will Freeman takes P2 and takes the purple lap as well on the last lap of the race. Wolfgart is going to come home in third. I think we've just seen Chris Gedman as well completely go into the shadow realm at the bus stop chicane there. Jay Sarge is going to come home for an AM class win. He battled off Daniel McCutcheon, Stereotypy to take the win. P4 overall, a cracking drive from Sarge. Highest beam debut on the grid. Flashing his lights, P4, AM class win. Congratulations. Morex is going to come home fifth. I'm pretty sure was power saving, fuel saving towards the end. McCutcheon with a cracking result, P6. It's not the result I wanted. I wanted him to be AM class victor, but P6 overall, second in class, is still an amazing result for McCutcheon. Stereotypy has had a great battle all race, kept us very much entertained, comes home in 7th, third in class. BRC Canesa coming home in 8th. Cletus 9th, good race from him. Rogers 10th is your top 10. Brooker is going to come home in 11th. Gedman and Clark has took the flag. Jack Davison in 12th. Chavez 13th. Buzzoff 14th. Shadow Lancer coming home in 15th. And Anderson 16th. On the last track, last car on track. Sorry, no it isn't. We've got number 72 out there, which is Jackie. So Infoxicated is going to come home in 17th. So Gedman and Clark has took the flag in 18th and 19th, and the last car on track is Jackie Van Eyck, all the way down in 20th. Eventually. So there we go, that is your race for tonight. So, just to round up, apologies for the late stream tonight. As I said, we're having issues connecting to YouTube earlier on, so we missed qualifying and race 1 live on air. But managed to get race 2, managed to get it up running for race 2, so I hope you have enjoyed the 40 minutes racing here. We certainly had a few fantastic battles to feast our eyes on throughout that 40 minutes. Friedman commenting here, I was on dry. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what, I think there's a few people running wets. Certainly towards the end there's a lot of drivers struggling, but a cracking result for you Friedman. P3 in race 1, P2 in race 2. All the way from 6th on the grid. So, let's just give you a quick roundup of what's to come on FRL this week. So just bear with me while I bring up the calendar. So, obviously, Tuesday we have round 9 of Taco Tuesdays. We have 3 tiers running, Pro, Pro-Am and Am. This will also be at Spa, and it's looking that you would need your umbrellas for that because rain is forecast for Tuesday. We then have round 9 to come of the late night Thursday. That isn't streamed on YouTube, but a number of drivers who do racing that do post their streams on YouTube. So if you're interested in tuning in and supporting a driver, check out the driver stream channel on Discord for that. And then the big race to come on FRL is just under 2 weeks away now, 24th of March. is the round 1 of the FRLACC 28 Drivers Swap Spring Championship. We have a 4-race championship coming over the next couple of months for Drivers Swap. We have 30 cars entered for that. I think about 62 drivers in total. There's a couple of teams running 3 drivers. So 62 drivers signed up for that, 30 cars on grid, and we have round 1 coming from Imola on the 24th of March. In before that though, on the 18th, next Saturday, with one of our partnered Discord, ISR is running a team event, and FRL will be represented in that race on Saturday the 18th. It's a 30 car grid, 6 teams of 5. It's a team beat team event, and that will also be streamed live on YouTube from the drivers. I'll be racing in that. I'll be streaming, and as I said, FRL will be looking for a good result in that race. So yeah, that's what's to come on FRL. Please do drop a like on the video. Like I said, again, apologies for the mix-up in the live stream issues tonight. That's just a one-off. And then we head to the season finale next week, which will be round 10 across FRL for Taco Tuesdays, Late Night Thursdays, and PureSimGear Sprint Sundays from Imola. So Imola will be the track to be at. Week commencing the 20th. We've got all the final rounds coming from Imola, plus the round 1 opener of the SR28 Driver Swap series. So that's pretty much it for night. Hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Hope you've had a good weekend and have a cracking week ahead, doing work, school, college, uni, whatever you're doing in the week ahead. Have a good one. I'll see you on track throughout the week, and I'll catch you next week. Take care all. Bye bye.